welcome to the Squirrel Tale. I am now starting a new series called Wild Wednesdays. This will consist of videos that are a little bit longer than I could do in a short, but not quite worthy of a full-length video like I do on Sundays. The shorts and what comes out on Sunday will still be coming out like normal, but I'm going to try to do these Wednesdays. And for today's topic, I am going to discuss annealing non-ferrous metals like brass. Now, I have a full blacksmithing series. I will have links to that in the comments and at the end of the video, but when working non-ferrous metals, there is some heat treatment to make it easier to work. Now, if I want to bend this, as you can see, I can bend it all right by tapping it in the vise in its current state. But as you can see, I'm having to hit that pretty hard. But I can make this brass significantly easier to work by annealing it. Now, you can anneal ferrous metals, but non-ferrous is a little different than steel. So to anneal that piece of brass and make it easier to work, I'm going to light the torch. And I'm going to heat it up till it's showing color. And I'm going to put it in water. Now, in some ways, this is the opposite of steel. If this was a carbon piece of steel, this would be very hard. But after doing that, if you see, if I take my hammer to it, you can see one swing and that thing bends right over. So essentially what's happening is when I'm working it, I'm compressing the molecules of the brass and it's becoming harder to work. And as you can see, the more I bend it, the harder it is. Or if I'm taking it here and I'm trying to stretch it, you can basically hammer forge out brass like you would steel. But you have to be annealing it. This is very useful, say you're trying to get a trigger guard to fit the contour of your rifle. You'll be wanting to do this quite frequently as you bend it. It's easy to do. Now, the same principle works with metal, or with ferrous metal, but the difference is with ferrous metal, is if you cool it quickly, it will harden, and that potentially harden depending on the content. If it's a high carbon steel, you heat it red hot, throw in water, it's going to be very hard, and if you try to hammer on it like that, it probably would shatter or probably snap off. Now, a common misconception with this is the water isn't, all the water is doing is getting it cooled off. It's not actually changing what's going on in the brass. If you want to heat it up and let it sit, that will, and come back in a few minutes till it's cool, it will still be soft. But that's the general idea with this, is just heating it up, getting it cool, and as you work it, you want to be doing this. If you're shaping something, a piece of brass, you might have to do this 4 or 5 times, maybe more, depending on what you're doing. And this also will prevent the brass from getting brittle. If I keep hammering this back and forth, and I can try to do this, so I'm going to take it, flatten this out, and bend it again. And as you can see, just a little bending I did, it's already harder. As you can see, I ended up shearing that piece of brass off. But if I'm annealing it between bends, I can do that almost all day, and it won't work harden itself to the point of breaking. So that's why when you're working brass, it's very important or brass, copper, non-ferrous metals, aluminum, it's very important to anneal. Again, same with steel. But if this was a piece of steel, I would want to heat it up and put it in wood ash or something to insulate it so it cools down really slow. If you throw it in water, it'll become hard. So I hope you enjoy this short video. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos, and have a good day.